The Square Ball Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the show. Brought to you in association with Levi Solicitors, who will offer you award-winning legal services. levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball for our landing page. Get your 10% discount. A whole range of services. We know the big three, as we've mentioned many times on this show, Michael. Wills, probate, conveyancing. And it's following us round like a bad smell, is that phrase now, isn't it?
Well, you might think it's a bad smell. I think it's a lovely smell.
Well, just to rewind to the awards that we were at the start of the week in London, and Rob's here too. He was there, weren't you, Rob? We found ourselves late in the evening carrying a case of beer around in London
with the words "Wills, probate, and conveyancing" written on the top of it.
Yeah, which is great.
It was a gift from.
Well, we'll read the letter in a minute because we're currently trying to plug Levi's services rather than the services of a person
fair enough,
who wants to give us beer for free. Have Levi's ever given us free beer?
I'm not sure they have, you know. No.
Have we finally found a flaw in the plan?
They tell you what they can give you.
What's that then?
Legal services. Good ones, discounted ones, 10% off.
Yep.
Wills being one of the services. Mm-hmm. Probate being another, etc., etc. So use them for that stuff.
You've heard it 1,000 times. You can find all the details on the website. levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball. 10% discount on your legal fees. Go on then, quickly read the letter.
I feel like the letter's to us. I don't feel like it should be read. I don't feel like it should be read in its entirety.
All right, okay.
You know,
it's a nice letter.
It's a nice letter. Although we can read nearly all of it, apart from your name, unfortunately. We're going to go with Rod.
We think it's Rod.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rod gave us some of this beer, which is nice. Gun Brewery. It's vegan. It's 6.2%. Calm down. That's what I'm going to say.
Grow up.
It was hard work carrying this back to the train, wasn't it?
And none of us are physically ready to actually drink any of it right now.
So we only just opened the case in order to find the letter, haven't we? We were like, we should say thank you for this. But it came from Southend. I know it was one of the lads who was there, I think, for some sort of Southend related award potentially.
Was it from the Trust?
Could have been.
It was quite late, wasn't it?
It was quite late. Quite a lot of alcohol had been imbibed by that point. Just came up to us and go, "Are you the Square Ball lads?" So yeah, my mate said to give you this and gave us a case of beer.
We were very grateful.
We were very grateful, yeah. But we think it's Rod. Will you fancy autograph? Just saying some nice words about how much you enjoy the show. Here's some beer in that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. And we might drink it eventually. Just not this week.
Well, I'm going out again tomorrow, so hope for the best is all I'm going to say.
It's been a tough week, hasn't it? After losing in London, but we will get on with the weekly roundup. Congratulations as well to Arseblog once again. If you haven't seen Propaganda this week, they won the Club Podcast Award. They were on our table.
I hope it makes you very happy.
I think they looked happy when they brought it back to our table.
Yeah, they did actually. Yeah.
rubbed our faces in it. But no, very very nice chaps and worthy winners as well. Right, the weekly news. Where do you want to start? We've got the FA Cup draw. We've got Junior Firpo has been saying things. Daniel Farke up for Manager of the Month. We have a new international footballer in our ranks. We'll round up the 21s and the women, and the Premier League International Cup, which sounds really exciting for a Champo club.
I mean, we were talking about being in a bad way, so should we start on Junior Firpo? Easy. I mean, this was just after the show last week, wasn't it? It was we discovered he was injured. Would you believe it?
Do you know why he's injured, though? Because he said things about this. He thinks it might be down to the speed of the English game. And effectively, his desire to win is such that he is putting himself at increased risk of injury. He wants to come back too soon. He wants to compete too soon. He's just an all-in guy.
He's going too hard, isn't he?
Yeah.
He barely plays in the English game. Has anyone pointed that out, or is it just training?
That was the thing, reading that. You sort of go back to his last two pre-seasons, and hasn't he played like 45 minutes and then just got injured? I don't think you are going too hard. I don't know.
Yeah. One of them's a Blackpool, I think, was it?
Yeah, that was. I think he play that whole game, and then a day later it was like, oh no, his hamstring's fallen off. It's Junior Firpo.
Oh dear. Yeah, we had no injuries for a while, didn't we? But I suppose if it has to be someone, is it a fair sacrifice? If you're offering someone to the gods, so someone in your squad's going to get injured, you go, all right, fine. Yeah. Take Junior.
You kind of assumed that he was going to be anyway. And I feel, like on a human level, I've said before, I think the older I get, the more humanised I feel about all these footballers. And I don't wish ill on any of them. But Junior Firpo, I think it's fair to say, has just not worked out.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with Firpo because there's been a bit of noise recently about Real Betis wanting him back. But you sort of look at that story and you just think, but why? Because since he's gone, he's been shocking at Barcelona and he's come to Leeds and has just been injured the whole time. And you sort of think, I mean, maybe he's just got a really good agent. But again, that move would kind of suit everyone, you sort of feel. But it was like there was a really big interview with Firpo in Spain this week, which is where a lot of this has come from. And he was talking about why he struggled at Barcelona. And he was saying that he had a coach that told him that basically you can tell if you're going to have a good game within like your first 3 touches. And on his Barcelona debut, 2 minutes into the game, he tried to control the ball, fell over, and Barcelona conceded a goal. And he kind of said, that was it for me at Barcelona, because like such is the scrutiny there. He just never recovered from that. And he was saying, how important first impressions are. And then again, you go back to his time at Leeds and you just think, it wasn't a good first impression, was it? And he's never really got beyond that again.
There was the few games under Gracia where it felt like it was maybe coming together for him.
It was literally like 3 weeks though, wasn't it?
Yeah. He scored that goal against Southampton, didn't he?
And it was great. I loved those 3 weeks. Everything felt happy for once at Leeds that season.
People were even asking us for mugs, weren't they?
Yeah, we didn't.
I think we just held back on it. We'll just wait, see how this unfolds. Farken mugs are back in stock as well. Is that officially now our best-selling item by a distance?
By a distance, yeah.
Yeah, ever. So there you go.
We should probably get some more Farker products in, really.
The squareball.net, yeah.
Christmas jumpers are back in.
Right.
Just to be, they're now on the site for sale, for pre-orders. They're going to get to us on the 15th. They'll get to you on before Christmas.
Right.
I don't know when. But yeah, in
the UK.
I will post them out as soon as they arrive, which will either be the 15th or potentially the Monday.
Yep.
Which is the 18th, which means they will get there in time for Christmas.
Just so you can wear them on Christmas Day. Just going back to Junior Firpo, if you run back a couple of weeks when we spoke about the appointment of, it was Robbie Evans who's come in as the new Chief Strategy Officer at Leeds United. Gather Robbie listens to this show, by the way. So hello, Robbie. Sorry about anything we might say that's mean. Robbie's job is to oversee the institutionalisation of a data-centric forward-looking strategy for long-term success of the football club with a focus on using data analysis to support, now listen carefully, player recruitment, in-game tactics, player development and player fitness. I think that last one might specifically just be trying to uncover the mystery of Junior Firpo. I
mean, it might be easy to just sell him.
You think so?
Rather than trying to... Some mysteries are not worth...
That sounds very difficult selling him, though, to be fair.
That's true. Maybe we should just pay him off. He didn't get his loan, did he, in summer either? Because then the season ended with him, he's looking to get a loan move and then...
Do you know why he didn't get his loan in the summer?
Injured. Yeah. We know how this goes.
He's off to the Olympics, though. As a footballer.
Not just to watch?
No, not even to do, I don't know, dressage or something.
Is the Olympics doing on a horse?
Water polo, man. Could be.
Is it not under 23s at the Olympics? But you're allowed a couple of
You're allowed overage players, though, aren't you? And there's been talk for a few years now about whether he's going to play for the Dominican Republic, which is the country of his birth. And he sort of hinted at it when he was on the official Leeds United podcast the other week. And he said in this interview with the Spanish press that is now his intention. And believe it or not, he is their highest profile player. So I suppose he just gets into that team. But again, and he's also talking about, at the World Cup, the North America, is it CONCACAF or something? They get extra spaces because the United States and Canada already qualify. So he's chasing the World Cup dream and the Olympic dream. So
do Mexico qualify as well?
Yes.
Right. All right. So it's triple threat. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, well, good luck to him.
I'm not saying it's a low standard, their squad, but several of them don't have Wikipedia pages.
Yeah.
That's the barometer, is it? That's the benchmark.
I would say so. I'd say most international footballers you would expect to have Wikipedia pages.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Bays, Carlos Rossell, there's a few, don't have.
Does Jan Poveda have one? He's an international footballer now.
He sort of is, yeah. Well, he will be when he plays. And if these are real games, because they're not in a normal window, are they?
Yeah, so what's happened is Colombia have called him up for international matches, but because they're outside the sanctioned FIFA windows, Leeds are not obliged to release him, but have anyway, which I think we can probably address that as a point.
You ever tried anything experimental in Colombian?
Probably nothing that we're going to talk about on,
Okay,
on, the, on,
that's
the, on the
fine.
podcast.
Some lovely coffee.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I meant.
I mean, the difference here between me and you is you've been to Colombia.
I haven't actually.
You've been near Colombia.
I've been near Colombia.
I was just guessing.
No, I haven't been.
I mean, I've watched Narcos on Netflix, so I feel like I've done a lot of research.
I bought a Colombia shirt because I liked Sinistera. It's a Pervader shirt now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Simple
true.
as that.
Yeah, that is true. So anyway, so Leeds are releasing him to go play for these international games, which are just a couple of friendlies against like Venezuela's one of them, as far as I'm aware. Have you been to Venezuela?
No.
Where did you go?
Good petrol there, isn't it? That's where that comes from. Where did I go? Peru, Bolivia. I think they're quite into it in Bolivia as well, to be fair. Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, Brazil. I think they're the northern bit. So there you go.
Yeah, I've got visions of you being found like in a jungle, dismembered or whatever.
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
You've taken a wrong turn. That's what would have happened. That's why you're best avoiding it.
Yeah. No, I think it's unlikely to happen around Ponty.
Nah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fair point. Do check out this week's propaganda, by the way, which features Massimo Cellino in completely unrelated news. That was fun, wasn't it, listening to his clip?
Yep, he's been talking again. Very chatty man.
Very chatty, man. Where else should we go from here?
Should we talk about our FA Cup record?
If you want to, yeah.
Record breaking.
Again, Leeds United breaking all the records you don't want to break.
I mean, seriously,
remarkable.
it's ridiculous.
It is really, really strange.
The 13th consecutive away tie.
I'm kind of pleased we've got the record now, though, because it was joint, wasn't it, last year?
Do you think it was hanging over us a bit much? We kind of wanted to get it and then...
Well, I feel like when you've gone this far, you almost think, I know it's a shit record to have, but we might as well have it.
Especially when you're only playing once a year. Like, we've really dragged it out, haven't we?
Yes. I mean, with a chance of getting through.
We should be saying it's against Darren Ferguson's Peterborough, because I think like 3 or 4 separate occasions I've heard people within our walls have gone, is Darren Ferguson manager there? And I think we're like, yeah, he's like his 4th or 5th stint or something like that.
You don't even have to check, do you? I mean, you are now, but...
I'm just double checking how many spells.
It's a bit like if you're playing Oldham and you go, oh, I'm guessing John Sheridan's the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ferguson has had 2007 to 2009, 2011 to 2015, 2019 to 2022, and then 2023 to present. So yeah, 4 spells.
So I've got a bit of time for Darren McAntony, he's fun to read about on Twitter, but come up with some new ideas, Darren.
He's just got... He clearly likes him, but just occasionally it doesn't work, and he thinks, I'll just go for a bit, come back, put a different...
It's a bit like
a different tie on, come back.
When
it'll be all right.
MPs get booted out of cabinet and then they say, just go away for a few months and I'll put you back in as minister for whatever.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Yeah, bring you back as environment.
Yeah.
Something or other.
One
of the lower profile ones to begin
transport, whatever, education.
If you're Darren Ferguson and he's sacking you, you must just be like, yeah, okay, mate, cool. See you in a few months. No problem. I'll just have a few months off.
Just leave me on the payroll, yeah? Yeah, I don't need...
Does he have to fill the forms out then?
Exactly, we don't need... There's no point doing all the P45 business. Just leave me on the payroll. I'll see you in a few months.
It's another intriguing Leeds United flavoured tie, though, isn't it? Where you think, this kind of... The brave new world that we're going into, where we look to be a slightly different beast under Farker, but then there's decades worth of experience, gnawing away at your soul, like chirping in your ear on the other shoulder going, you know what happens now?
It would be nice if we sort of did what some other clubs do, where it's just like change the whole team and still win, and you get to see these like fringe players have fun. But I mean, if we just change the whole team and do what we did at Crawley or numerous FA Cup defeats, you sort of think, well, I suppose this season there is the bigger picture, kind of, which is exciting. Like last season, you could say, oh, well, there's the bigger picture of wanting to stay up, but that's just miserable, isn't it? Like, I don't want to lose so much. But whereas this season, it's like we have a fun goal of trying to get promoted at least.
Yeah, we passed London Road, didn't we, on the train?
We did.
As it came through Peterborough when we were down in London at the start of the week, and went, oh, there it is.
We should do a guide either now or just ahead of this game of us beating Peterborough and Darren Ferguson crying about it, because that was a fun day.
It was, actually, yeah. We did laugh heartily, I think.
It was a 96th minute or something, and he was all wobbly lipped about it, so that was nice.
If we could find the footage of it, that would be the chef's kiss moment.
It was around for ages on YouTube. I'll try and track it down.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, that gets underway in January, which feels like an age away because we've got all Christmas and stuff in between times. But yeah, that's only a month away. Cup run, this year's Cup run. So that's nice. Daniel Farke has been nominated for November Manager of the Month. He's going to hate that, isn't he?
Individual award.
I imagine he's turning it down if he does win.
I can't wait to see his miserable face holding it.
Sad.
I mean, to be fair, when he was moaning about Somerville winning the Player of the Month award, Farke was going on about, well, I never won Manager of the Month at Norwich, and I was brilliant there for 2 years, and I'm not even bothered. And I was a bit like, you sound a little bit bothered.
Is it a man doth protest too much?
But also, he did win Manager of the Month at Norwich. I think Phil Hay pointed out in one of his articles he might have won it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, maybe get the hat trick.
If you refuse to accept it, it's like when people who are like Republicans just deny like a knighthood or an OBE or something like that from the royal family. Maybe it's that.
Would you turn it down?
What, OBE?
Your OBE, yeah. Are you going to wait, cross that bridge when you come to it?
Assuming it comes, I mean, I'm just waiting for the new year. Obviously, you get the honours given out in the new year, don't you? So probably expecting to be in there this January. If not...
Because I suppose you did do 3 days of a 4-day charity walk, so it's fair enough that you'd be nominated.
But, I mean, it's about turning up and being there, isn't it? I was a hype man on the final day with my infected feet.
You were absolute buzzkill dragging that lame foot of yours about the place.
I must admit, recovering from the awards was much like doing the walk, where I was looking at Dan and going, compared to the state of him, I'm actually feeling fine, to be fair, aren't I?
I was just tired, that was all. Just a little bit tired. Under 21s and the LUFC women both had games postponed this week, because we're at that time of year where the weather's shite. So the 21s at Newcastle, women against Ripon City. Was that the cup tie, the Ripon City one? Yeah, right, yeah. So we're into that everything stacking up phase of the season. 21s, though, are playing in the Premier League International Cup. They're playing Sparta Prague. That's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, imagine playing at Sparta Prague. How much fun that'd be. But it's in York.
All right.
And you're not allowed to watch it.
Oh.
Because there's a Premier League game nobody cares about tonight.
Oh, that's Thursday, is it? Thursday night, yeah. Oh, right.
I'm sure Amazon would have been stressing if the International Premier League Cup Sparta whatever game was on. Oh, absolutely no one's tuning into that one, are they, anymore?
You been to Prague?
Yeah, I've been to that ground, actually.
Yeah.
I went into the there's a bar there. You can go in and you can have a little nosy at the stadium.
Yeah, I've been to Prague. That was nice. Can you believe it? So I think we went in 2002, me and my mates, and it was 40 quid for the flights. We spent 40 quid on accommodation for 3 nights and 40 quid on booze, and we drank basically for 3 days straight. Those were the days, eh?
Better times.
Yeah.
Better times.
Cheaper times is what they were. 120 quid for 3 days in Prague. Imagine that.
You can do that in
about 10 minutes in London.
I'm trying to think where in Yorkshire you can probably have the cheapest time.
Can you tell the viewer or listener the price of the sausage roll in that pub in London on Monday?
Was it £7?
It was £6.
£6.
Yeah.
I've made it worse. It's still £6 for a sausage roll. It was girthy though.
Mm-hmm. What sort of girth did it have?
Well, it was not very long. Was the thing? It was a strange shaped thing. It wasn't
a little stubby kind of.
It was a chody little sausage roll.
Right.
But girth wise, I'd say, what's it comparable to? I'd say to like
use your hand to signify
like this. Yeah. Yeah. No one's gonna like Photoshop it or anything.
No, God no.
It was like that. Yeah, that sort of a thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's good if you're listening as well. Just imagine.
The Square Ball Podcast.